Imagine this, you are sitting down to work, but your mind constantly keeps wandering from one thing to another. No matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to focus on anything that you put your mind into. And it honestly feels so frustrating, right? But what if I told you that there is a hidden factor at play which you might seem to not notice? In this video, I'm going to show to you what it is, and more importantly, how you can take back your focus with these 3 simple steps that I'm going to discuss in today's video. By the end of this video, you will be equipped with all the tools that you need to break free from any distractions that come to your mind, or the distractions which always keep pushing you backward because they just won't let you get anything done. So stay till the end, and with that being said, let's begin. First thing first, we need to discover what is the actual thing that is keeping you from doing things. What is the one thing that puts you off from your work and you get distracted no matter what you have to do? Now this happened to me a lot, and I think most of you can relate to it. Whenever we are studying or doing something important and we get a notification from our phone with that ting sound on it, it just distracts us and we take our phone out, start swiping, start seeing the message. My point here is that instead of checking out the message, we give more time on that phone, which just makes us feel exhausted when we try to regain our focus. So one thing is for sure, that notifications are no good in your life, especially when you're doing the work. Notification triggers a dopamine response in your brain, which can eventually make you crave more dopamine, which means your brain will be more happy if you get more notifications, and you will be distracted even more. This constant interruption doesn't keep you in a flow state. Instead, it just keeps your brain on active alert, constantly looking for those notifications that it wants to get from your phone. So the first thing that you need to do is go to your settings on your phone and just disable all notifications. And this brings me to my next point, which is that you don't have clear goals. If you are distracted a lot, and if you have done this previous step where you stopped all the notifications, then there is a high chance that you don't have a clear goal in your mind that you are working towards. You might think that you know what you want, but is your goal really that clear? Hollow and vague goals lead you to distractions and many other things that you don't want to happen, because you will not have the motivation to actually pursue that goal, because it's something that you don't have the capacity to do. It's something that you don't even know why you're doing it in the first place. By setting specific actionable goals, you give your mind a clear direction where you want to go. And this is for the things that you do in every day. But if you need help in discovering your purpose, in discovering what is this that meant you do, something that ignites the fire within you, then I recommend that you do a 7-day journaling. I have the link in the description below. You can click on it if that's something that suits you, and if you want to give it a shot, by all means go ahead and click the link in the description. Now that we know what is the reason that we are not able to focus, it's time to move on to the next step, which is actually the little thing that you can do to make your brain have more focus when you are doing the work. And the first thing that I can recommend you to do is declutter your workspace. And if you don't have a workspace, then just take a point anywhere in your room and make it your workspace. What it will do is that whenever you sit there, your mind will constantly think that it's time to do the work, because this is your workspace and this is where work is being done. This is where you get things done. And so when you sit on the workspace, you will just have more focus and concentration, because your mind is habitual in doing the work in that space. So it's very important to have a workspace. And if you have a workspace, then it's even more important to declutter it and just make things organized so that it doesn't look messy and your brain doesn't have much things to look at to get distracted. The second thing that you can do is create a routine, and by routine I mean just the day before set a specific time where you want to do the task in hand. Let's say for example you want to do 30 minutes of exercise daily. Now if you just write it down 30 minutes of exercise daily and the next day you just find the time to do it, there is a high chance that you will fail in it. But what if I told you that if you write the task and then you write the particular time at which you intend to do that task. Let's say, let's take the example of the exercise, 30 minutes of exercise. You write that every day I'm going to do it at 7 a.m. So when the clock hits 7, your brain will automatically know that it's time to do the exercise because you have set that specific time for doing that thing. And your brain doesn't have any choice rather than to do that thing. So this is the little thing that you can make the change, and it doesn't always have to be rigid. You can always try to work things out and be flexible with it, with what works best for you. It will take trial and error for sure. You will have to try again and again and see what time works best for you for that particular thing. But when you do, this is the most powerful thing that you can incorporate in your daily life. The third and last thing that I have for you in this section is to have a laser focused mind. And how do you have a laser focused mind? There is only one thing that you can do to have that thing, to have a laser focus, and that is to concentrate on one thing at a time. If you divide your attention between different things by doing multitasking, you won't put that much concentration on one thing. Instead, your concentration and focus will be divided into many different things. And it's much better to do one thing at a hand at a time and then take the next thing and do that thing. You need to be in this mindset of a warrior, of a king who conquers one kingdom at first and then goes on to attack the second kingdom. It doesn't just divide its forces separately and commands them to attack two kingdoms at once. It will make him or her weak, and you need to understand that. This thing same goes for your focus and concentration. You need to attack the first kingdom and one kingdom at a time. You can only do that by concentrating on one thing at a time instead of dividing your attention into multiple things at one time. In this I want to discuss some techniques that you can use to increase your focus. So the first thing that you can do is breathing exercises. Just start breathing with your nose, inhale and exhale. And I just want you to focus on your breath. And whenever your mind gets distracted, you want to shift your focus towards your breath again. Now it's totally normal to have distracted when you do this breath work. But what it does is that when you shift your focus from this distraction towards your breath again, it just strengthens your mind. It makes your mind more strong so that you get into this habit. Whenever you get distracted, you know that you want to focus again, and then it will be much easier for you to focus on the work at hand again. So this practice just reinforces that pattern in your mind, which is an amazing thing that you can do. Now, if you are more of a meditation person, then you know that 5 minutes of meditation will work wonders for you, as it will train your mind to stay present in the moment. But you can switch between those two things. You can either do the breathing exercise that I told you if that suits you, or you can do 5 minutes meditation. Both the things do the same thing, and they don't have much differences between them. So you can try out any one of them which you like. So as promised, if you implement these 3 steps that I discussed today, then you won't have much problem in focusing on any task that you want to do. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel to improve yourself and be a better version of yourself. And if you are someone who puts in the work and the effort to get things done but still doesn't seem to have any results whatsoever, then I recommend that you check out this video right here, and I will see you in the next one.